How's it going, friends? Today I'm bringing you this Genair brand water heater. We're going to remove these two screws at the bottom, and after that we'll take off the control knobs so we can remove the casing. So we open the valve to see what's going on, and then we see that yes, clearly something is happening. The micro switch isn't opening, it's not activating like I'm doing here with my finger. This happens because either the membrane or the pressure plate in this compartment must be damaged. So we close the gas and water valves. And a tip, when you're going to reconnect everything, pay close attention because sometimes people connect the gas line to the water and the water line to the gas. The fine for that, honestly, is quite expensive. Once the water heater is disassembled, as you can see here, for greater convenience, we're going to remove a lot of screws, including these two on the water inlet pipe and two others that hold the burner section in place. After that, we can remove the screw that holds the ground wire for the module, and we also take out these fasteners. Then we can put in new ones. And down there you can see two screws on the gray part of the base. On the right side, there are also two more screws. And after removing all of those, we can take it out to work on it. So we pull it out, and here it is. Here you can get a better look at the base, two screws on each side, which is almost all water heaters are the same. Then up here, we have this gasket, and you need to be very careful with it because it can fall off easily and it fits into the burner. That is, if it's missing or you forget it, you're going to have problems, okay? So this gray part is for the gas control and the gold part is for the water flow control. So in this compartment we have here, we're going to remove these these four screws to open it up, but they're aligned with the gray part. So first we have to remove these two to take off the entire gas control, and once that's removed we can take out the others. So after removing the screws, we can take this off, which is a rather delicate piece. We need to put it somewhere it won't fall because it can break easily. Here we see another gasket and a spring that's divided into two sections, also with a gasket. So this spring is the one that activates when the water flows through, and it releases through there, the gas passes. Let's continue with, let's put this gasket away, and now we can proceed to remove the four screws where the damaged part is kept. Once they're removed, let's also take off this little tube here as a precaution. It's a purge tube. It breaks very easily, way too easily, like a cracker. So let's make sure to store it safely because, as they say, better safe than sorry. So we remove this and we can see the broken plate. This plate broke over time and, well, the water pressure is constantly pushing against it, but let's also check the membrane. We can see that the membrane is clearly not broken. There are no visible holes anywhere, but it is a bit thinner due to constant contact with the water. It gradually becomes slightly thinner and deeper at the same time because the water is constantly pressing against it, whether it's open or closed. So to be on the safe side, it's better to just replace both the plate and the membrane. Here is the old membrane, so by replacing this kit, the water heater will be as good as new, and you can also see where it was broken. So once it's replaced, it will look like this. So let's seal everything up to make sure it's all set properly. We check that all the screws are in place, and we can start again with the little spring that has the hole in the center, and that hole goes on the shaft, so there's no way to get it wrong. So we put on the gasket, place it on the gray part, fit it in well, screw in the screws, if you'll pardon the redundancy, and everything should look like this. Let's go over the two screws for the inlet pipe, the two screws for the burner, okay? With their respective gasket. The screws on the base on the right side, on the left side, and also the screw that holds the ground wire, okay? So, well, we also see the connectors. Almost all water heaters have the same color wires, so it's just a matter of taking a photo or having a good memory. And here we test the switch with a flathead screwdriver, so listen to how the ignition sounds with the battery and the module. There's still no water here, neither water nor gas. I haven't installed it yet. And well, let's go ahead and install it. Here, I am using a flathead screwdriver so that you can clearly see how the internal switch mechanism works when the valve is fully open. And look at how it is, the lever is completely open. So let's carefully close it now so you can clearly see the significant difference, and there the plate is indeed slowly closing. So we meticulously open, then gently close, then open once more, and finally close it completely, okay? Then immediately after that, we can confidently go ahead and fully open the gas valve so that everything lights up precisely as it absolutely should. We will then securely connect the micro switch to its designated connector and thoroughly test its functionality. So up there in the burner area, look at how it lights up. Now we have hot water here. The customer can take a shower with warm water, hot water for cooking, for washing, so the problem is solved. So we check that everything is in order. Up here it has the connectors, more connectors for the display and for the one that measures the temperature, so there's no way to get it wrong. With a little photo, everything is perfect, and tada, we've connected all the knobs, put the 2 screws in at the bottom, and here we have 50 degrees of hot water. Here in the area with the knobs, I recommend this configuration for greater sensitivity in the parts that are farther from the house.